Welkom bij het Oostendorp nieuws, nog steeds vanaf de Frankfurt Messe 2017. Hier staat Staffan uit Zweden van Nord Keyboards en hij gaat ons de Nord Stage 3 demonstreren en laten horen. Hey Staffan.
Yes. Yeah, good to meet you and good to talk to the Oostendorp customers and anyone else who is tuning into this. So I'm just about to give you a run through of what is new with the Nord Stage 3. Well, most of the new features, or at least the most important new features, because there are a lot of them, and you'll have to visit our website, nordkeyboards.com, to get the full specifications of what is new. But with that said, let's go check out the keyboard and see what is new. So, starting with the obvious things, looking at the panel, we added two displays. One large OLED display for the program section and an OLED display for the synth section. This way you will always have a clear overview of exactly how the synth is set up, and you can see exactly what the oscillator section is doing, or if you're using samples, you can see, browse samples easily, etc. For the program section, of course, this makes it easy to see how the sound engines are set up, which piano sound you're using. If you're using the organ, you'll see all the drawbar settings here as well. And there are usual list views, etc. that the display is good for as well. So, moving on to some other new features. The piano section, we've increased the memory. We now have 2 gigabytes of piano memory, which is double the memory of the Nord Stage 2, and you can, of course, with this, fit a lot of our pianos in here. We also introduced a new category called layer pianos, that are prepared layers of useful piano sounds that will be available to other Nord customers as well, not just for the Nord Stage 3. The organ section is based on the Nord C2D, which is our latest organ generation. So it sounds really good. We added a pipe organ model with 2 variations. One that is very precisely tuned, and one that has more of a chorus tuning. It's slightly detuned, nice organ sound. The rotary speaker is much more flexible now. You can use it, for example, for the organ on one panel, and for the other panel you could select it for the piano and run both those sound engines through the rotary speaker. This is something you couldn't do before. Before we leave the piano section, I should also say that we increase the polyphony of the piano to 120 voices. You'll never run out of that. Okay, let's look at the synth section. So the synth is based on the Nordlead A1 synthesizer. So it has all these classic analog style waveforms that you would expect in here, and it has various configurations that will give you either the single oscillator setups or dual oscillator setups where you can mix waveforms together, and these are function the same as on the A1, but with the display you get a much more easy to read view of how the synth is set up. So also in the synth section, and this is from the A1 as well, we have the A1 filters, except that we've introduced a new filter, a combined filter, low pass band pass filter, which is really useful for all kinds of sounds, and hopefully I'll get to show you a little bit soon with some sounds. But also from the A1 you have the filter drive with, in this case, 3 amounts that you can select. So it's a very deep and very musical synth section. Also, apart from the classic waveforms that you have on the A1, we have the super wave category, which is new. This contains some, for example, super saw sounds, super square sounds and pulse sounds that require a lot of oscillators that you can't do in the synth section. Alright, so the effects section is done, just around the panel off. You'll find all the classic effects here in the effect 1 and 2 sections, with all the modulation effects that you would expect. In the delay section we added a filter for the feedback tail, and we put the analog mode on the panel. It creates pitching effects when you change the tempo, and this was only available through a menu before, and we decided to put it out here so people would actually use it more because it sounds really cool. The amp section has two new filters put into it that you can use for any sound source that you would like. For example, you could process the piano with the low pass filter, which is a resonant filter, or the resonant high pass filter as well. So that is highly useful and fun, especially if you morph it. Speaking of morphs, we have extended the amount of morph destinations. For example, you can assign the modulation wheel to more parameters now than you could on the stage too. And finally, in the effects section, the reverb is individual for each slot. So you can have a tri sound on one slot and a process sound on the other slot, and go between them using morphs, or just create a nice blend of two sounds. Compressor is the same. It's the same for you have individual compressors for each slot, is what I'm trying to say. So let's move on to listening to some sounds if you don't mind. Say just one more thing here before I move on. For this first sound, I'm using another new feature. We've added an extra split point, so you now have 4 keyboard zones. And you can also set up crossfades across the split points, which I'm doing here. So in this case, I have a piano sound with a vibes sound which will fade out as I go down. So and I have a bass sound here which will fade out as you go up the keyboard. So synth section. Finally, let me show you just quickly how we can do something creative with the 2 piano sounds. wanted to show you a few examples what you can do. There are loads more of the types of sounds that you can create with this. And once these found their way to your stores, go out and play them and try them out. You'll have fun.
Thank you very much, Staffan.
Thank you.